Well, hello. Try again. On my way up here, I'm at Home Moss. I was doing chatting away to myself, and got there, parked up, suddenly realised I hadn't turned the camera on, which obviously means everything I spoke to, everything we've been through, doesn't exist. So I'll start again. Hello folks. A few weeks ago I received an email telling me I'd won a competition, but it also stated that I hadn't replied to the previous email, and if I didn't do so shortly, the prize would be given to the next person. Not actually receiving the first email, and somewhat curious and etc. about all the scams and everything else going through these days, I forwarded the email to Bennett's Bike Social, which is where I have my insurance through Bennett's. So you get automatically put into the Bike Social group as well, so it's their online reviews and things of that nature. It's a good website, but it also has competitions every so often. Every time they come up I stick my name down because it's all free, doesn't cost anything, and lo and behold I'd actually won something. Now, as I said before, not knowing if it were genuine or not, I forwarded the email to Bike Social's editor, who promptly got back to me the day after, and I was expecting him to say, no, it's not genuine, thank you very much for letting us know, etc. But no, it was genuine, and I was gobsmacked. It wasn't a bike, which would have been really, really nice, although I must say I'm quite happy with my Rebel. It was a CHIGEE, to watch where I'm going as well as talking. It was a CHIGEE AI-O Lite system, which is on the handlebars at the moment, and at the moment it's got the dash cams on. So what you do get is, as you can see, you get a small screen to attach to your handlebars, so you don't have to have your mobile phone on there, but it does connect to your phone, although it does have its own GPS. I used it on the GPS mode using Waze, because it uses Apple CarPlay or Android, whatever version theirs is, Android Auto, whatever it is. I'm not an Android person, but it's got both systems on there, so you can actually use whichever one your phone is. So you can keep your phone off your handlebar so it don't vibrate, damage your camera, etc. But I received the prize and some optional extras that went with it, and accessories and stuff, so I was quite chuffed to bits. 560 odd quid's worth of goodies, so I was quite pleased. Got around to fitting it last weekend, and this is the first chance I've had to actually go out on the bike and see what it's like. As I say, on the way to Home Moss I was just testing out the sat-nav, which works pretty well using whatever app you want. The maps are quite clear, it connects to your headset as well at the same time, so as you can use CarPlay with your headset, whichever headset you've got. Mine's just an old Interphone one that I've had for many years now. I've had it about 6 years or so. It does what I need it to do. I will eventually upgrade to a car door, but for now this one does what I need it to do. So sat-nav works fantastic, as you can see if you look at the handlebars, the screen itself. You get a front camera, you also get a rear camera. Now when I stopped I did use my phone to show where those are. I'll stick that video in as well so you can actually see. hopefully. I've managed to get it to work together. I've never done that editing stuff before, but yeah, so at the moment, main screen that you can see is the rear view. A part of the rear view system as well is also got a proximity warning, so anybody that gets too close, it actually flashes the screen or gives you a warning down the side, and you can set that to whatever speed that you're going to, so it'll only kick in when you're going above a certain speed, or you can have it on the lowest settings, etc., so it does it all the time. But, from the reviews I've seen, people say it gets a little bit annoying if you're riding through town all the time, because obviously you're in dense traffic if you've got it set. So I've got it set to above 30 miles an hour. So anything above 30 miles an hour, if there's somebody at the back of me or somebody that's too close to me, it gives me a warning. Screens are very good for the cameras. They're 1080p, and I think it's 30 or 60 frames a second, or checking the book. But they look pretty good. I know the rear facing camera is not a substitute for shoulder checks, but it gives you a bit of peace of mind as well for your blind spots. And it does record to a internal memory or a mini SD card inside it, which you can put whatever ones you want in. I've got a 64 gig one in there because my other hobby is photography, so I have quite a few of those. It's the micro SD card, so I have a few of those. So yeah, it's I'll see what the video footage is when I get to take it off. You can download it direct to your phone through their app, so you don't have to connect it to anywhere else, or you can just pop out the SD card and do it that way. You get a massive wiring loom. I don't mean that there's loads and loads of wires, I just mean it's a very long wire. So no matter how sized your bike is or how long your bike is, I would imagine there's enough length in the wiring to actually fit it to wherever you want it. There's that much wire. I was actually contemplating on trying it in my car, because it would have fitted the battery and still gone in the inside of the vehicle. So yeah, I think that's the only downside I've found so far with it, although this is the first test with it. It does connect direct to your battery. There's also another wire then that connects to a switchable live, and you put that wherever you like. I've put it into the fuse box on the rear light, which is where it suggested you put it. I say it's been fitted about a week and a half or so now, and I've had no issues in draining my battery. I've also got a GPS tracker system fitted, which that's fine as well. That's not drained the battery either. So combined, they still work both together. So you've got all the functionality of anything else that you have with CarPlay. There is buttons on the top. The screen is touchscreen. If you've got touchscreen gloves, you can still use it. I'm not quite sure if it's a bonus, but when I was on my way there, I had it on the front camera as the main screen, and it was quite sunny in places, so much so that I was blinded, but the camera could still see. It automatically adjusted. So even though I couldn't physically see, the camera saw. So just a quick squint down and make sure nothing was still in front of me while I was riding. Obviously I slowed down. But it was nice just to have that peace of mind when I was blinded going over a hill. So now I've stopped, you can actually have a quick glance at the cameras, and you can actually see, you can read the registration numbers quite easily on the cars. The other extras I got with it was a rubber screen, so when it's not in use you can actually cover it up so it doesn't get damaged. A screen protector as well, and a different mount which is for the sort of like accessories crossbar mounts, which are the thinner ones. Also I got a piece that sort of like fits into the wiring somewhere, or if you're a BMW rider, so you can actually still use your sort of like your accessories wheel with the CHIGEE unit instead of your normal unit. Not having a BMW, that won't get used, so I'm not quite sure what to do with that yet. Most of the BMWs I can't reach the floor on, so it doesn't look like I'm likely to get one at any time. That's the drawback of only having sort of like 26, 27 inch legs, or inside seam legs. Other accessories you can get for it are tyre pressures. So it gives you tyre pressures on the screen as well. There's a little dashboard thing which I'll click onto shortly. They're also in the process of doing like an OBD, or I think it's called, where it connects to your bike's electrical system, so it gives you like the revs, the engine cooling, the engine temperature, etc. as well. That should be out shortly because I know it's advertised on the website. So as well as being touchscreen, there's some buttons on the top here, so you can just touch and flick through. So that's CarPlay. And that's your other screen, so it gives you your miles an hour. And a few of the bits and pieces on there tells you how time you're going, how long you've been. To the cameras. Yeah, there's quite I've only just started to play around with it, but so far I'm quite happy with it, especially because it was free. If I had quite a lot of money I might have bought one at some point. I think they're about 300-400 quid on their own without the extras. I know the BMW part itself that they gave with it was about £80. So, you know, knocking things off like that, the other mount stuff, because if you're not going to use that, you just buy the basic set. So it's about 350 quid. So if you're in the market for anything like that, give it a look. As I say, I've won this in a competition through Bikes Bennett's. Bennett's Bike Social, should I say. They were very understanding, and I thought it was a scam. They even phoned me to confirm and make sure it wasn't, as well as send the email. Pretty chuffed all round. Definitely beats winning a cricket bat. So there you go. The ride to Omos was actually a lot better than the ride back. So the sat-nav took me through some loads and loads of country lanes up and over the top sort of thing. It was nice to get some country bits and pieces instead of the main road. pretty chuffed to bits. So there you go. And we'll leave it there, I do believe. So hopefully you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, give us a subscribe if you think it. Thank you very much. As my granddaughter calls me, crazy granddad. See you later. Ta-da.
As you can see, front camera's side of the headlight. And if we move back to the rear of the bike, and that's one of my Legend SW Motec bags, but rear one's on top of the rear light, and you do need to readjust the wiring there because I'm not quite sure of that. And then we've got some footage from the front and rear cameras there as well. So thank you for watching. Have fun. Cheerio.